first component we want to use to learn to program is the push button switch. The push button is a digital input. The reason it's input is because it's sending information to the Arduino. What kind of information? Is it pressed or is it not pressed? And why is it digital? Because it can only be pressed or not pressed. There's only two ways. If it could do multiple things, it would be analog, but because it's only pressed or not pressed, it's digital. To connect to the Arduino, first again, you have to understand the pins. Same as all the other inputs. There is a plus, there's a minus, and there's a signal, the S. The plus and the minus just connect to the Arduino to power up the switch. And the S is the pin that used to send information to the Arduino. Again, it tells the Arduino if it's pressed or not pressed. To use that, I'm going to get a breadboard, and I'm just going to use, for me, I'm going to use the first three. You can plug it anywhere you want. And remember, the first one should be minus, the next one should be plus, and the third one should be an S. So minus, I'm going to use a black wire. I'm going to connect it to the very first, let me show you from the back. So I'm going to connect to the very first one. That's my minus, if I'm right. Yeah, it's minus. And the minus connects to the GND of the Arduino. My GND is here. So I'm connecting the minus to the GND of the Arduino. The next one is the plus. I want to connect the plus, remember, to the VCC or the 5 volt, whichever you use. So I'm going to connect the plus wire in. And I'm going to connect the plus to the next one, which is the 5V. And finally, I am going to connect the signal. For the signal, I'm going to use the yellow wire. Again, you can use different colors so we know which one's which. So I'm connecting it to the signal. And the other side is important. And because this is the signal wire, this is the wire that sends information to the Arduino, I'm going to take one of these pins. So for me, I like to take pin number 8. You can choose whatever pin that you want. So this is the connection. Once I start up the Arduino and I power it up, these two wires are used to power up the switch. So they start the switch. And then this wire sends the information from the switch to the Arduino. When I'm not pressing it, it's sending a 1. And when I'm pressing it, it's sending a 0. Why does it matter? Because some of the switches, when they're not pressed, they send a 0. And when they're pressed, they send a 1. This one's actually backwards. When it's not pressed, it's sending a 1. And when it's pressed, it's sending a 0. Now I can write a program to tell my Arduino what to do when it's receiving a 0 or when it's receiving a 1.